What's up, everyone? We finally have some more Big Brother casting news. CBS has informed us that we will find out who the cast is for Big Brother on the live 2-hour move-in event premiere next week, August 5th at 9/8 Central. And I'm very, very excited, so we're going to break down what all this means and who we could expect to see on the cast, as well as a few other updates in the Big Brother world. Lots to talk about, so we'll dive right in. Now, guys, if you saw my last video, you'll know that there has been a cast reshuffle, and I think that is prompted because there's been a bit of problem in the casting world. A couple of house guests have tested positive for COVID-19 reportedly, so CBS have had to shift them out and bring some new ones in. So it looks like this year around we won't be hearing this. However, we will be hearing this.
Anybody want cake? Thanks, guys.
So there you go, folks. That means Josh is out, but we also have someone like Keisha that's coming in potentially as a replacement, which is super, super exciting. I know a lot of people are very divided about Josh, so I know a lot of you are happy that he's out and a lot of you are sad that he is out, but it looks like, you know, Josh is out. Casey's supposed to be out as well, alongside a couple more people. If you really want to know like the exact sort of house guest for that, you can head back to my previous video and watch that, but they're just two to name as well, with the likes of Keisha moving in and David Alexander from last year moving in. Well, this cast reshuffle is super exciting, you know, because I think a lot of people did want Keisha in the first place, so I think a lot of people were very, very excited when she was named to be one of the replacements. But talking about the premiere, as I said, folks, we've got a 2-hour live moving event, which is so exciting, because here in the UK, when Big Brother used to be on, every single series that we had for Big Brother, every single season, entailed a live moving event, and it was always one of the best episodes of the series when that would happen, because we'd see all the house guests move in one by one. And what's really, really exciting about the UK version is that you could see them all interacting from basically the word go, you know. It's not edited or anything like that like it is in the US, which I love anyway. Don't get me wrong, I love the US, but I think it's going to be super interesting change to be able to see, you know, the house guests go in and interact with each other, you know, without them cutting to the diary room straight away. There's no music playing. They're just going to be moving in and chatting with each other, so it'll be really, really interesting to see how they interact from the get-go. And, you know, is there going to be any alliances made on night one? Because we're not used to seeing any sort of gameplay from the first night, so it's just going to be super exciting. And to be honest, I feel like they'll probably do a HOH competition in the first night to really set the tone, because I feel like if they're going to move them in, they need a little bit more content for the episode as well, so I think there will probably be a HOH competition, which excites me a lot. So the question that's been playing in my mind is whether or not they're going to move the house guests in one by one or do the usual of 4x4. I've got my fingers crossed that it's going to be one by one, guys, because here in the UK, when it's a live moving event, they send the house guests in one by one, and each individual house guest gets their own bit of spotlight. They get their own little bit of screen time, and for me, that's a much fairer game. You know, it's a better edit, and to see everyone's individual sort of entrance and how they interact with the house guests when they go in is going to be great. You know, if it's 4x4, you know, that quarters the amount of screen time that a house guest's getting. So if they send them in one by one, I think it's going to be really, really exciting. Because, you know, I think with a usual show, because it's really edited, you know, the show definitely favours certain characters, and they go, okay, right, we're going to give Tyler loads of screen time, we're going to give this person, we're going to give X and Y loads of screen time. It shouldn't work like that, you know. With raw footage, you know, just going straight in. I think it's going to be really, really exciting if they go, okay, everyone is going to have their own individual VT, they're going to have their own sort of entrance package, and I think it's going to be great. So my fingers are crossed for one person, one by one, everyone entering the house one by one. So I'm really stoked for that if that's the case. You know, and as well, I think what will work well is because, you know, newer fans of Big Brother, they won't know some of the older players like Janelle and Kesa. So when Janelle and Kesa have got their own time to shine on the show, you know, they're moving in one by one. It's going to sort of give more insight into their game and who they are as people to these newer viewers. And you could flip it on its head and say vice versa for older viewers of Big Brother who, you know, haven't watched in a while, but they're coming back to watch because of their old favourites. They need to be introduced to the newer players like Tyler, like Nicole Anthony. And I think that's going to be really, really exciting if, you know, everyone can get to know everyone, including the viewers getting to know some of the house guests that they don't know. Obviously, as massive fans of the show, you know, you might know all the house guests, but there might be a few here and there that you haven't seen. So as I say, I think everyone getting their own individual move-in would be perfect for me. In other news, we have more confirmation on one house guest due to his mother taking to Facebook to express her excitement to see her son on the season, and that is Tyler Crispin from Big Brother 20. He was the runner-up. A lot of people consider him one of the greatest modern-day strategic masterminds of Big Brother, and I'm excited to see Tyler come back. But I think a lot of us knew he was coming back. Like, you know, I think it was all the evidence was pointing towards yes. And to be honest, I think if anyone thought there was ever going to be another All-Star season, I think they would have to have Tyler on it. However, However, his mother took to Facebook and basically was sort of like, I can't wait to see my son in his second season on Big Brother. I'm like, okay, well, that just threw all the contracts out the window there. She basically just said it straight up, and everyone was like, oh, there we go. Tyler's basically just been totally thrown under the bus there by his own mother. Not in a nasty way, but to the fact that I don't think she realised the fact that she wasn't allowed to say it just yet. And everyone obviously found out, and now Tyler is pretty much because no one's obviously just got like absolutely confirmed yet, but I think you can even turn that notch up to 99% confirmed for Tyler there. So I think it'll be really, really exciting to see him play again. Big Brother 21 favourite Nicole Anthony has been the hot topic of conversation on social media recently, as on the 30th of July, she announced that she would be making a statement on the 31st of July, and basically she was sort of just saying she was going to end some speculation, which led everyone to believe that she was going to talk about Big Brother 22. However, her statement came out and she talked about her mum's potato salad. That was the statement, which I think is hilarious because Nicole is clearly going to be on Big Brother 22. She basically just ended up going, okay, after months of speculation and many requests, I present to you all the secret recipe to my mother's potato salad, which is, I think that's pretty funny, to be honest. I mean, like, if Nicole wasn't going to be on, I feel like she would have announced it by now. A lot of house guests are announcing that, there's James from BB22 that has said he's not going to be on. There's been quite a few house guests, people just said straight up, Evil Dick said he's not going to be on, and they haven't even been speculated. But it just, Nicole would have said it by now, and obviously she's like in every single rumoured cast list, so I just don't think there's any stopping that. I think Nicole is doing a fantastic job of making us all think she's not on sequester, but at the end of the day, all of us Big Brother detectives are the best detectives in the game, so we can all see straight through that Nicole is probably going to be on the season, so I'm very, very excited to see her return. But all we've got from Nicole today is her secret recipe of her mother's potato salad. That is all the news from me today, folks. Do stay tuned though and hit the subscribe button if you enjoyed this. I'll be delivering all the Big Brother news, and also I'll be doing live feed updates and episode talk, everything to do with Big Brother I'll be doing when the season eventually does start, and that's not long away now. 5 days to go, guys, counting the days down, not long to go at all, but I'm so excited. I'm sure you guys are too. But please hit the subscribe button and hit the bell to get notified when I do a new upload, and also when I go live as well, because I've been doing a few live videos lately. It's been great fun chatting with you all, and I think there's lots more fun to be had across the summer, so I can't wait for that. But yes, please don't forget to like, share, comment, subscribe, do all that stuff. I've been your host, Tom Vasey. Good night.